Hey Cricut crafters, if you're looking for the perfect setup for storing your Cricut cutting machine, come on into my office/craft room. Let me share a few of my favorite reasons I chose this setup, as well as what you'll need to get if you want to replicate it. The first reason I love this setup is because of the overall look, while also being functional. I wanted my Cricut to be accessible without having to move it in order to use it or have to put it away when I'm done. And when I wasn't using it, I wanted it to feel put away. If you're like me and you're not into rolling carts or storing it on top of your desk, this is a great option for you. Second, and maybe even more importantly, I wanted the cutting machine to be in close proximity to my computer. What not a lot of people talk about is your Cricut is very much tied to your computer. You're designing, using design space, and then you're cutting, all while multitasking on other things. So I really didn't want to be schlepping all over the craft room when using my Cricut. So you can see with this setup that I literally don't even have to get up from my chair. Lastly, I needed it all on a budget. My craft room is basically just a room in my house. I don't have a professional designer or anything like that, so I wanted things to be relatively inexpensive, but still look really put together. Let me show you what you need to get this setup and why it works so well. I purchased these 3 white desks for my office. They are so sleek and beautiful and are also huge, providing ample space to work on my projects. You can see that the desk drawers fit all of your crafting items, including the Cricut mats and the tools. The Cricut itself sits on top of a shelf under the desk. This is perfect because I can stay seated at my desk, like I said, while cutting, which is such a game changer. I actually ended up buying 2 different shelves for this. The first shelf I bought was a little bench seat, which was great, but once I decided to buy these paper storage inserts for all of my cardstock, another game changer, they only fit in the cube storage shelf that the Cricut is currently sitting on. One thing to mention is that if you want this same setup with the 2 shelves side by side, you will have to purchase these different shelves because 2 of the cube storage shelves don't fit next to each other under this desk. If you're wondering if the mats hit the wall in the back, let me give you a little behind the scenes of what the cutting looks like in the back. You can see this hits the cords, but I could absolutely move those no problem and still have ample space for cutting to take place. That's how I store my Cricut cutting machine. I hope it was helpful to you for your space. If so, everything is linked below. If you have questions or want me to show you anything else in my craft room, like how I organize all of my supplies, comment below. Happy crafting!